Hello, hello, hello. I am trying to go live. Okay, yes. Hello. It takes a minute to set up Instagram. So I'm doing that on Instagram now. It should be going live on Instagram and TikTok. Takes a minute. Hello, welcome all my astrological lovers. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. And I'm still waiting on Instagram. For some reason, Instagram takes a minute to work. Is it working now? I'm scared to press the reload button to see if it's working. I'm like, is my camera working? That is annoying. Anyway, hello. Maybe I can cut this down because this is a podcast, but I guess Instagram, I tried to do it all. I'm still new at this, not new at going live because I've been doing that for a minute, but new at connecting Instagram with this. I tried to Jupiter and Mercury, tried to do it all, and it just is not working. Anyway, but I will get better. Maybe I'll figure out this glitch as I keep practicing. But I am live on X. I am live on YouTube, and I am live on TikTok. And we're talking about the transits for the week. So if you see me looking this way, it's because there's a camera there too. So I'm going to talk about this new moon in Gemini. Let me pull up my notes this week. First of all, welcome. If you are new to this live, welcome. Today we are diving into the major cosmic shifts, and you don't want to miss out. Okay, so get ready to explore the powerful energy. First of all, we have Mercury, the chatty, very communicative Mercury in a sign Gemini. That actually happens today. And we also get a fresh start with the Gemini new moon, which is going to happen later on this week. And we have the steady, determined Mars entering Taurus and a lot of other aspects that we're going to cover this week. So whether you're looking to harness these celestial vibes for personal growth, for clarity, or for love, or making some bold moves, I got you covered. Not love, because Mars could be some passion with that love there. We're going to unlock the secrets together of these stars, okay? And I'm going to put it together and make it make sense for you. I also have horoscopes. Also have some tarot here. So we'll see what we have for you and the collective. And I'm still annoyed that Instagram is not going live. Come on, IG. Maybe it is live and I just don't know. But I can't see the comments. So that is really annoying me. So hopefully that will magically just reload itself. Okay, so now first let me tell you the transits of the week. We have Mercury entering Gemini today on June 3rd as I am filming this. And then we also have the sun is going to sextile the node, north node, and trine south node. And it's Venus is going to sextile the nodes as well. So that means Venus and the sun are together. And we have Mercury that's going to trine Pluto today. Now, June 4th, we have Mercury in Gemini, and it's going to conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. That's one of our big aspects of this week. Besides the ingresses, and ingresses means that the planet is entering a certain sign. So after Mercury, which is today, enters Gemini, and I'm going to explain what all that means. Mercury is going to go and hug Jupiter and Gemini. That's very big. Okay. Venus and Gemini is also going to conjunct the sun. And there's a Cazimi. Cazimi means it's like the heart of the sun. So that's huge if you're really looking for love. So there is love for you. We have the moon entering Gemini, and then we'll have the new moon in Gemini. I'll explain what that means, how it affects you in the horoscopes. Okay. Then Mars enters Taurus. And then Venus is going to square Saturn on the 8th. And June 9th, the sun is going to square Saturn. It's very positive at the beginning of the week. Towards the end of the week, there's some work, there's some discipline, there's some struggles, okay? Because we got Saturn, the father figure, telling us what to do and what we can't do, okay? But then we do have Mercury towards the end sextiling the north node and trining the south node. So that is positive there. Okay. How is everyone doing on my lives? How are you guys doing? I'm pissed. Pissed is not the word. I'm frustrated that my Instagram, you know, I need to let it go. Moving on for the people who are here. Okay. So let's get started on what we have for the week. Should I show the chart? Okay. We'll just get started. Maybe I will show the chart since Instagram is not working. We're gonna hold on. Let me pull up my chart real quick so I can show you guys what we're dealing with this week. Hold on one second. And also for you guys who are for the people in the back, no, for the people who are sharing, listening to this via podcast, because you will be listening to this via podcast that is also uploaded. And I will link this so you guys can see what's going on here, okay? If you want to see the chart right now, you can go on my Instagram. Not my Instagram. Look at that. Just still on my mind. You can go on YouTube and view this live, okay? And you can see the chart currently live. Okay, so here we go. So let's talk about today. Today is June 3rd. And today we have Mercury entering Gemini, okay? First, we have the moon entering, well, the moon is in the sign Taurus, okay? So it's all about being stable and being grounded. Have you guys talked about the finances? Are you thinking about the finances? Are you thinking about your security and your resources, okay? A lot of sensuality. Do you want to eat a really comfort meal at home or have some sensual pleasures at home? Are you appreciating beauty? That is because the moon is in the sign Taurus. You could be very practical or be very productive. That is because currently the moon is in the sign Taurus. Also, there's consistency, being very reliable and loyal. Now, you could be stubborn and resistance to change because that is the opposite of loyalty, right? Excessive enjoyment, too lazy, too comfortable. I did not work out today, but I did have a good meal. Materialistic, did you overspend? Venus is the ruler of Taurus. And also possessiveness and laziness, okay? Now let's talk about Mercury in the sign. Here we go. Where's my Mercury? Here we go. Look at that. Mercury is in the sign Gemini and already is trining Pluto, which is very positive. But let's talk about what Mercury in the sign Gemini means, okay? First of all, Mercury in Gemini is a very quick thinker. Oh, and it's at home. And Mercury in Gemini is at home in that sign. So it could be a little bit too much of this energy, okay? Sometimes it's positive. Sometimes the energy is working really fast. The Mercury, all the things that you think of Mercury, it's very easy to do, okay? Commuting, driving, commerce, comprehending things, intelligence, networking, socializing, all that is easy. So quick thinking, master of argument. So yeah, because debating is big with Mercury and Gemini. Discriminating thinking, a negotiator, mediator. You could be curious. Curiosity killed the cat. However, curiosity does bring new ideas, innovative ideas as well. Intellectual rhetoric, superficial thinking, because Gemini just wants to stay on the surface. And now, as a collective, Mercury is in the sign Gemini, affecting that energy. There could be rash conclusions, phony, cheating, distracting, ironic, a very talkative energy. You see me here trying to do it all with Jupiter and Gemini, and now Mercury is entering in the sign Gemini officially. So I'm trying to be on all the platforms at once, but really enhance communication and social engagement, being very versatile. All that happens. Now, you can be very scattered because you want to be so versatile. There's gossip. When you have too much talk, there's gossip, restlessness, indecisiveness. What else do we have? Yeah. Oh, far as commerce, because Mercury also is in charge of commerce, people. And far as commerce, hold on one second. All the windows. To the windows. To the wall. Okay. Anyway, Mercury's in charge of commerce, and we have increased business communication, innovative ideas, market research, networking and partnership, flexible and adaptability when it comes to trade, money, spending. Well, really trade, right? Because it's commerce. Now, there could be information overload when it comes to any type of business, or if you're trying to do something with commerce. To me, makes me think of stocks, but because trade, I think of trade, okay? But purchasing things, you know, because sometimes when Mercury's retrograding, right, when you buy something on sale, all of a sudden, I mean, you buy something and it goes on sale during Mercury retrograde. So think of Mercury in a sign in its own home. It's all that is moving fast, like the shopping and the thought of buying something. You could be fast, restlessness at work, okay, indecisiveness. Now on the news, we're going to have, because whenever I think of Mercury, I think of the news, okay? The planet Mercury just makes me think of what are the headlines going to be. Communication, technology, anyone who's a strong communicator, like a broadcaster, a newscaster, someone who does the news, journalist, a writer, an author, someone who is a gossiper or maybe a commutator or of some sort. Educational, early education reforms, huge cultural, social events, because Gemini is very social. Transportation developments or anything dealing with transportation, any type of new or ideas for business, because it is very mental energy. Just a lot of misinformation can happen on with the news and scandals and gossip. Okay, so maybe too much news, restlessness, or maybe the market is very like volatile, like just too much diversity when it comes to the market. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, now let me actually show you. If you can't see it, that's fine. But let me discuss here also all the transits that Mercury is going to enter. So when Mercury enters Gemini, then immediately is going to trine Pluto. Trine Pluto in 1 degree. That's Aries degree. Very positive for us right now. Okay, we're feeling that. I'll explain that a little bit in a minute. I just want to, it's just very positive. Okay. Let me see what else. Then we have on the 4th here. That's when it really trines it, but you know, we're feeling it now. And then it's going to conjunct Jupiter on the 4th. Sorry, past that there. See, then it conjuncts Jupiter, and then what do we have on the 9th? I wrote them down. Okay, so then on the 9th, what is Jupiter doing? Oh, yes, it's sextile the nodes, and it's going to trine the south node. And then what else do we have on the 12th? We have that it's going to square Saturn. Yeah, because it hits that 19 degrees. Saturn's going to retrograde soon, but not yet. Then it's the Cazimi on the 14th, and I will explain all this. 16th is going to square Neptune, and then also is going to touch that Venus and Gemini, as you can see here. And then on the 17th, it'll enter Cancer. So let me just quickly tell you what we have with this. Hold on one second. Okay, pull up my notes. Okay, so on the 3rd, which is today, Mercury and Gemini is trining Pluto. So enhance deep transformative communication. Okay, if you want to have a deep conversation with someone today is the day to do it. If you want it to change, if you want some transformation to happen, have an intervention today. Today's a great day to have interventions, okay? If you're really talking about healing or transforming or maybe investigating, if you're trying to investigate something, because Pluto is going to investigate. Now, Gemini and Aquarius, those are both air signs. So it's something dealing with communication or socializing, okay? This is not really a social event. It could be, but this is going to transform and heal. So there could be deep communication or like mental focus. And there's some clarity and insight happening. It's very positive, okay? So go ahead and engage in those deep conversations and maybe do your investigation that you are going to do. If you're trying to get those conspiracy theories and figure it out, this is the time to do it, okay? Now, also we have on the 4th, Mercury is going to conjunct Jupiter. Very big energy, okay? On the 4th, this conjunction is going to amplify all this intellectual curiosity that we have, expansion thinking. It's a great time for learning and teaching and sharing. Very optimistic, very positive. Maybe it's overly positive, but you know, Jupiter is a great benefic planet, and it's very strong, and it can maybe overload you with too much information since we're dealing with Gemini. At the same time, if you want to get that intellectual energy out, this is a great time to really learn and comprehend things, okay? So that's what we have. Now on the 9th, it's going to sextile the North Node. This is your karma, what you're supposed to be achieving for yourself, and trining, very positive, the South Node. So releasing something and really thinking about what you need to release far as like what's not balancing you. Okay. And that's going to happen on the 9th with the Mercury now retrograde, Mercury in the sign Gemini. And then on the 12th, it's going to square Saturn. Now, when it squares Saturn, and these are mutable energies, so something's going to change. There's going to be a big change, and Saturn is the planet of discipline and limits and structure and time and moving slow. It's in the sign Pisces, and Pisces is all about what we cannot see in the disillusions or the addictions, okay? So there is going to be a change with something dealing with that aspect. So be ready for that. Pisces energy is also about endings. So this Mercury and Gemini is going to cause some endings for us to learn something, some mental challenges, potential obstacles, and communication. Okay. That is what you have on the 14th. Mercury is going to conjunct the sun in Gemini, and it's going to be a Kazemi, very positive. Usually there's going to be a big announcement when that happens, but this is time for insights, major clarity. Again, very strong, intelligent energy. So go ahead and focus everything you can on the 14th. If you got something mentally hard to do, if you want to communicate something, this is it. Now remember, Mercury, the sun is going to shine a bright light on Mercury, and so your voice will be louder than ever. Okay, on that day. On the 16th, Mercury is going to square Neptune. Now, again, this is a mutable energy. This is a mutable square. And when you have a mutable square, that means there's some changes. Something is going to change. A challenge is going to cause a change. Now, it's going to also be conjunct Venus in Gemini. And that means it's sitting there close, like, hey, we having a party. Okay. So Venus, the planet of love and socializing and what you naturally attract in the same sign, Gemini, is squaring also Neptune. Okay. So what you naturally attract via communication, via this intelligent, or you're socializing and everyone's talking and it's all good in the hood, it's very positive. There's some confusion happening. There's some disillusion because it's squaring that Neptune. So some confusions and misunderstandings. Maybe you're at a party and maybe you guys are talking, but you can't quite understand what is going on. Or maybe there's some unrealistic thinking, or maybe there's cloudy judgment, like you only see something through a rose-colored lens. Okay, so be aware of that. Just stay grounded. If there's any misunderstandings, why don't you just forgive the people that day? Okay, because you all have that happening, us as a collective. Okay, now let's go on to the sun on the 3rd. Okay, the sun on the 3rd, let me pull my chart back up. The sun on the 3rd is also going to be wait, hold on. Is there someone at the door, Hunter? That's you. Okay. The sun, is this the 3rd? Looking at my chart, sun is going to sextile. What is sextiling? The North Nodes in Gemini doesn't look like. No. So that's not right. Moving on to the next. Maybe that's later on, actually. Venus. Venus is sextiling. Venus is sextiling. 1, 2, 3. No, Venus. Oh. I'm like, why is my chart is on the wrong date? I'm like, what? Why is this not making sense? Okay, I see now. Now, Venus is going to sextile, not Venus, the sun and Venus. They are conjunct also today. So everyone who's in love and the sun and the ego and your drive is focused on your relationships, is focused on beauty. Did you beautify your home today? Are you beautifying something? Now, it's in the sign Gemini, so I would think that you're beautifying, like I'm making my social media gorgeous, or live streaming and really care about my looks. Venus is also, not Venus, but yeah, well, Venus is the aesthetics, bringing it to your communication and to your intelligence. Okay. So like decorating your computer, like making your computer home screen, which my daughter was doing the other day, making it gorgeous, but that is kind of what it has. And that is what it means. And then Venus and the sun are Kazemi today on the 3rd. So it's really big. It's going to be expensive. Are you doing art? I wonder. Okay, but it's something with beauty, and it's sextiling the North Node, and it's trining the South Node. So you're releasing something of the past to go and help you with your future, the future of yourself. Okay, thinking about yourself could be positive if you work with it. So really work with it and think about that. Okay, now and that is the Sun is doing that, and Venus. Okay, now we have, let me see what else we have. Also releasing any type of that superficial energy, because Gemini does want to keep it on the surface level, and it will release that when it comes to relationships. Okay, now it's conjunct, so you might be feeling that strong in the relationships. Now remember, I told you Mercury and Gemini is going to trine Pluto, and that's dealing more today and yesterday and tomorrow. So, but we've been feeling it already. Very positive insights, deep communication, transformative ideas, research and investigation, empowerment when it comes to communication. You'll be able to resolve conflict, innovative thinking, progressive ideas. And yeah, so that is what you get. It's very, very positive. Use all that for a few days. Okay. Now on the 4th, did I say Mercury is conjunct Jupiter? Didn't say that yet. Okay. So on the 4th, all these things are hugging. So these two are hugging, and Venus and the Sun are hugging. And now on the 4th, we have also hugging Mercury and Jupiter. So the Sun and relationships, shining a bright light on relationships. And now we have our thought and communication going bigger. I wonder why my Instagram's not working. Maybe because it's too big. Everyone's trying to do a live today. That could be happening too with this energy. Okay, so but what does this mean? Enhanced communication, broad perspectives, learning opportunities. Gemini is the energy of taking an online class or taking something and learning the beginnings of it, like early education of it. Okay, so like astrology 101, tarot 101. This is something that just relates to me. So but just starting from the basics of it and really learning it. So if you want to learn a new skill, something that deals with the intellect, great time to take the online class, or maybe you're thinking about it. Very optimistic and positive thinking, networking and social connections. This is a time if you're trying to network and get your business out there. This is a time to do it. What else do we have? Now, whenever you have a conjunct, it could be positive and negative. Now, again, Jupiter is a positive planet. However, it can be too excessive. So, like too much information. Try not to give your secrets away, okay? Because sometimes you're talking too much and it can give things away. So, chill on that. And also, when you talk too much, there can also be gossip. Try to stay away from that, okay? But also there's scattered focus. Maybe you could be overconfident in your words. You could be restless and impatient with your brain, because you're not talking about Mars, but just be aware of that. And also this can cause debates and conflict when there's too much talking, too many opinions. So just be ready for that, okay? Now, Venus conjunct the Sun, let me just say it's in 14 degrees. 14 degrees is a Taurus degrees. So there's something with the finances. Ooh, yes. Did you discuss finances with your spouse today? Did you discuss finances with your girlfriends today? Did you discuss finances with a loved one today? Just wondering if that happened, but it's very harmonious. There's strengthening bonds. There's creative and artistic expression, maybe some artistic pursuits. Very confident with self-expression, beauty. And my Instagram live did not work. Annoying. Okay, because the window just popped up and it just showed my regular Instagram. I'll get better at that. Okay. Now be careful of being superficial interactions, like, ooh, very flirtatious. And it's just super like this is not long-term energy. Finding a love under the sign Gemini with Venus. It's very fast, okay? Maybe falling in love too fast, okay? Indulgence or overindulgence could be happening. Lack of focus, inconsistent in relationships can be happening. So be aware of that. And just whenever you have air sign, you want to be grounded. Stay grounded. The air is up here. You want to stay, you need that like earth energy to stay grounded. Okay. So that is what you have. Now on the 5th, the moon will enter Gemini. And then when the moon enters Gemini, shortly after, where's our moon? Look at that. It's getting close to the sun. And when it gets close to the sun, then we have a new moon in Gemini. Let me take a sip of my matcha. Hold on. Okay, so June 6th, we have a new moon in Gemini. And when you have a new moon in Gemini, you guys, it's going to be positive. New moons are positive anyway. It's a time to reset and start new and manifest. Who doesn't love to manifest? Like, especially with the Gemini, because Gemini, it's all about talking. Let me see. I had the card here. I had the tarot card here not the other day, recently, just doing a reading. And look at this. This is the card of Mercury. And this card also represents manifestation. Okay. So just thinking about that. So this is a great time to manifest. But not only can you manifest with this new moon, but it's also connected to Venus. Venus is like, hey there, boo. It's sitting right close to that new moon. And it's like, we are going to be in love. So communication and love. Now, it's dealing with 16 degrees. And when you do 16 degrees, and I want to look up the Sabian symbol, but if you just look up a 16 degree, it means Cancer degree. So that could be dealing with your mom, that could be dealing with your home, that could be dealing with your traditions, something with your faith, water energy. So if you're trying to manifest anything for the new moon, it's in the Cancer degree, and it's thinking about your traditions, your past, your mother, feminine energy. So that's one. Also, if we're looking at the Sabian symbols, we will look at 17 degrees in the sign Gemini, and the key word is development and maturity. Okay, it's the symbol. It's going to speak to the process of maturing and growth, and growing from your youthful self, and having some development socially, consciously, and looking towards the future. That is the theme, which is great with manifesting. So, what is it that you can think of far as your intellect that needs some maturity? Okay. Is it the gossip? I wouldn't say to manifest, I don't want to gossip. You can manifest because you don't want to focus on the don't. You want to focus on the do. So I would say to manifest with this new moon in Gemini, to manifest positive thinking, positive outlooks, positive words. Okay. Guard against relying on others and taking care of your own needs, or having others taking care of your needs. You have to be responsible for yourself with this new maturity, with this new moon in Gemini at that 17 degree. Okay. And don't get caught being unprepared too. Be very prepared. This is about growth. This is about evolution, completeness, wholeness, well-roundedness, self-integration, well-being, and wisdom. Ooh, who doesn't love that for a new moon? I love that. Now, any Gemini new moons, again, there's fresh starts and new setting new intentions, fresh perspectives, improving communication skills, networking and socializing. Guess what I'm doing for this new moon? Figuring out why I can't figure out IG. And really figuring out how I can do live the best way I can. A lot of times I tell you when I'm manifesting for the new moon, I don't think it's a secret, but there it is. That's one of the things that I am doing, but learning and maybe pursuing some new knowledge, okay, exploring some new interests. Also, Gemini represents versatility and being very adaptable. So maybe embracing some change is something you can manifest, or multitasking. It's a great multitask energy, having fun. Also, it deals with Gemini because it's very youthful, loves to have pranks, okay? And working with messaging or working with communication across the board or social media is also very Gemini energy. Now, I didn't tell you that I have my elite club, my Astro Tarot Elite Club. It's only $4 a month. And with this club, for the video that I changed all my Patreon videos to this elite club because I have the power in my hand. Patreon is great energy. A great place to put your videos, but I put all my videos in this club. I only made it $4 a month. And I'm going to be discussing in detail some Gemini rituals you can do. Also Gemini crystals and Gemini candles. Okay. It's going to be very, very fulfilling. It's going to stay on my elite club channel, and just $4 a month, and you can look at anytime there's a new moon, any zodiac sign, you can go there and it will be there for you guys. Okay. Also, if you join this club, you get discount to any of my products. You get discount to a private reading. You get discount to a tarot school. I have a tarot school on my any products or anything that I'm selling, you get discount. Also, there's one more thing that I want to say. There's some great videos on there that you will already get. Some great tools like an eclipse, working any kind of eclipse. There's personal readings. You can ask me a question and I will do a reading. It could be an astrology question, a tarot question, and I will answer the readings for you. Okay. So you have that. Anyway, back to this new moon. One thing I will say as a ritual that you can do is what I've already discussed is having some clear intentions and setting some intentions when it comes to communication across the board. That is the big one, but get ready for the video. Now it's conjunct Venus, so maybe some new beginnings with relationships, fresh starts with relationships, enhancing affection, creative expression. Or do you want to get into art? Do you want to beautify something? Do you need inspiration? Do you need a new look? Okay, for your social media. Okay, because it's very social, the Gemini energy. So that's why I think social media. So it makes me think of making your social media look better. You can manifest that with this new one in Gemini this week. Harmony when it comes to socializing, focusing on self-care and valuing self-love. And what else do we have? Setting some personal intentions. Just I want more self-esteem, whatever it is. This is a new moon. You have to speak it out or write it down now when it's in the sign Gemini. Okay. What else do we have coming up? Hold on one second. Let me scrolling down. Okay, now we have on the 7th here. That was our new moon in Gemini on the 7th. Oh, you guys, I'm going to do horoscopes too. On the 7th, now the sun enters Cancer. Very intuitive. It's a great time to get a reading. There's emotional awareness, focus on family and home. There's self-care. You may be a homebody with this moon in Cancer, artistic expression. There's dream work. When there is a moon in Cancer on the 7th, it's time to work your dreams. Security and safety, because the moon in Cancer wants to be secure. So there's a focus on that. So like protective instincts can be happening. There's empathy and compassion. You can be overly sensitive though. You could be moody. You could be clingy. You could be dependent because Cancer is giving off that. Okay. 5-stage clinger. I can say that I'm a Cancer sun. Okay. Also, there's a fear of rejection. There may be an increased fear of rejection or abandonment because Cancer wants to feel secure, and emotions can have that negative energy. There's good and bad to every zodiac sign, right? Also, smothering, because you're so protective, you don't want to let go. Smothering. Okay. Yes. So that is what we have when that moon enters Cancer. Now let's talk about our next ingress, which we have over here. Our beautiful Mars is going to enter the sign Taurus. Now it's at detriment when it's in the sign Taurus. This is going to be on the 9th. What does that mean when a planet is in detriment? Well, first of all, I realized I wasn't even showing the chart. Sorry. So here we go. Mars is going to enter Taurus, and then that happens July 8th. It's going to stay in, June 8th. It's going to stay in Taurus all the way until July 20th. And detriment, it means that the energy is weakened. There's some difficulties. The house that is hosting the house, which is Mars, it is hosting Taurus, and it's not being a great host. Taurus is like, I'm not that comfortable here. And Mars is like, I don't care. This is how we run things in our house. Okay. So there's some difficulties and challenges, and it's hard to really adapt to the energy. The energy is not comfortable. So there's some adapting that is very much required. Okay. Now, Mars is in detriment in the sign Taurus and Libra. And Libra really affects me when Mars is in Libra, because I'm not passive aggressive at all. And when Mars is in the sign Libra, it makes me passive aggressive, and it just boils me, because when it comes to conflict, I'm very vocal. Okay. I'm not scared of conflict, but now all of a sudden the collective energy is Mars and Libra. And all of a sudden I'm just like, and that's pent up energy. That's no bueno. And guess what? When Mars in the sign Taurus, it gets pent up energy. So let me tell you everything what it means when Mars is in the sign Taurus. Okay. First of all, you warm up slowly, because Mars is all about pursuing and achieving things. It's basically how you drive, how you get to places. So everybody gonna be driving slow. Be patient. Have some patience this summer. We're kicking off summer with some drive slowing and people moving slow. But you know, the difference with Taurus and Virgo, because that's more Virgo, they'll stay slow. The difference with Taurus is that Taurus is it'll start to pick up. It's just a slow warm upper, okay? But once it gets started, it will keep going and it will do a road trip, okay? It will be on the road for hours. So it's great defender. It's a great protector. There's sufficient with finances and security. You'll be very diligent when doing things. Pent up aggression, like I said, it's going to be built up for a long period. So be careful of that because it is a ticking time bomb. If one person just taps you with the pinky, you will blow up. Okay, that is the energy we're going to have for the collective. And get ready, because that's not just the collective, that's also wars. Okay, and dealing with leaders and dealing with other countries. That is what that Mars and Taurus will be looking at. A very deliberate Mars and Taurus is very deliberate and endless stamina, very stubborn. What else we have? Let me see what else I have. Mars, defensive, very empathetic. Oh, when it's defensive, it could still be empathetic. You know, it's a very feminine energy. Increase its pressure a little bit day by day. Cannot be subdued or depressed or suppressed. The energy, when it's angry, there's no telling it. No, you know, it'll be fine. No, they still angry. They're gonna be angry for a long time. Okay, that is when Mars is in the sign Taurus. Very tough energy, but while Mars is in Taurus, you can be very reliable. You could be pursuing your dreams, very determined with your goals, very practical with your goals. Also, it's dealing with your senses, right? When it comes to intimacy and pursuing intimacy, not the actual act, but you want music, you want candlelight, you want it to look good, you want it to feel good. All of that is going to be happening. Now, it can bring a focus on financial stability and building wealth. There's patience in finance matters happening with Mars and Taurus. Good Lord knows I need that. But remember, there's inflexibility, there's slow progress. There's possessionness and materialism happening when Mars is going to enter Taurus later on this week, and also overindulgence. Try not to spend, try not to be lazy, because that Taurus energy is like, you know what, I'm just going to sit on the couch this week. And it's not even just week, it's going to last until the 20th. Okay. So be aware of that when Mars enters the sign Taurus. Now, let me just, for some people who can see this, I'm going to show you what Mars is going to look like as it transits the skies. While I'm showing some people who are on YouTube and on X what it looks like, I'm going to explain it for people who cannot see the chart. Okay, so we have that on the 10th, Mars is going to square Pluto. And when it squares Pluto, okay, now Pluto is in the sign Aquarius, Mars is in the sign Taurus, and that means that it's stubborn. Something doesn't want to change. This is going to cause an intense power struggle, okay? Or there'll be some transformation or rebellion because someone doesn't want to change, okay? Get ready for that. That will happen on the 10th. I'll explain that a little bit more when that date happens. On the 20th, we'll scooch it all the way over here to the 20th, and Mars goes 7 degrees. It's going to sextile Mercury. Positive energy. There's some clarity when pursuing things. You're thinking and achieving at the same time. However, sextile means you have to put in the work. God put the energy out there, but you got to actually do it. On the 29th, on the 29th, Mars is going to sextile Venus. So, males, are you trying to pursue a woman? Okay, then this is it. Go ahead and chase your dreams. Okay. Very feminine energy too, so it might be more internal, but really working on achieving something and getting it. Okay, very harmonious action, maybe creative, maybe making your home beautiful, making something aesthetically beautiful. This is the time to do it. Nurturing relationships, engaging in some creative activities. Now, July 5th, which is my birthday. Okay, happy solar return to me. This is also going to be a sextile energy. Mars is going to sextile Saturn, the planet of limits. And now it's like, no, let's be serious. What do you want to achieve? Let's put these plans out here. Let's think of long term. Let's be disciplined and let's reflect on your efforts. Okay. I like that. And maybe refine something. Now, on the 15th of July, let's scooch this over. On the 15th of July, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus. Now, this is going to be big. Okay. On the 15th of July, Mars sextiling Mars sextiling Uranus, because I thought big. Listen, there's going to be a sudden change, and boy, we're going to be like, what? A sudden change in a conflict? Sudden change in aggression? Is it out of the blue? Big surprise in aggression? Is someone suddenly starting a war on some homeland? On what's dealing with some resources? Get ready for that, okay? I'm not saying there's going to be a WAR. I'm just saying, I'm telling you what the planets mean, okay? Sudden changes, okay? And it's in the sign Taurus, which could be dealing with land, farmland, could be dealing with your resources, could be dealing with the stock market, could be dealing with the coin, okay? Embrace innovation, embrace the change, be flexible, because Taurus is intense. I think this conjunction would be very intense. I'll explain it a little bit more as we get closer to the date, okay? On the 19th, though, we have a sextile, and it's going to sextile Neptune, which is going to be retrograding and positive, okay? Now you can really pursue some romantic endeavors, okay? Maybe you are being a romantic. Maybe there's something that's very creative. Maybe there's inspired action. Maybe there's compassion with your efforts, okay? Let me drink my tea. But positive on the 19th, okay? Now let's go back to the week, okay? And Venus is going to square Saturn, okay? And what date is this actually? Venus squaring Saturn. Hold on 1 second. On the 8th. Venus is going to square Saturn on the 8th, June 8th. There we go. 19 degrees. That is a Libra degree. So that's dealing something with harmony, something with beauty, something with relationships. Could be dealing with law too, art and music. Now, because we are dealing with Pisces and Gemini, this is immutable. There is some type of change that could be happening and causing a conflict, okay? Now, Venus is all about relationships, is what we naturally attract. And on the 8th of June, this Venus, what we naturally attract and we're communicating at, is now not getting along with our restrictions and restrictions that we cannot see, okay? Our the spiritual leader is telling us something, and it's causing a change, and we're not with it, okay? That is what we have when we have squares. So it could be some relationship challenges, tensions and restrictions in relationship, maybe the sense of feeling insecure, because that Saturn in Pisces is an insecure energy, okay? Communication issues, misunderstandings, lack of being spontaneous, creative blocks could be happening with this, or maybe trying to make something too perfect. So just be aware of that when we have that square on the 8th. And on the 9th, the sun, because all these planets so close together, okay, why don't they give each other space? But no, the sun in Gemini is going to square Saturn right after. So there is no chill. The energy we will be feeling, and the Saturn is going to give restrictions to the sun, okay? And it's like, what, you trying to shine bright today? No, stop it. We need you to be cold, because Saturn is very cold. We need you to slow down. There is a conflict between the ego and discipline. There's communication challenges because we're dealing with that Gemini energy. I'm facing responsibilities. Saturn's like, hello, I need you to shine some light on what you need to be responsible on. Emotional and mental strain, because Gemini is the mental, Pisces, Saturn in the sign Pisces is the emotional strain, balancing logic and intuition, learning patience and persistence. But there would be some type of change happening here, okay? Mercury in Gemini that same day is going to sextile the North Node and trine the South Node. So it's going to be releasing something, and there is communication with releasing something from our past and pursuing our future, opportunities for growth, embracing new ideas, courage in communication, networking and communicating, and really for yourself. and releasing that negative relationship. Okay. Strategic planning, balancing curiosity and action with harmonious energy. Okay. Next week, you guys. Next week, and I'm about to do the horoscopes, but before I do the horoscopes, next week, Mars is in the sign Taurus, is going to square Pluto. Mercury is going to square Saturn. So get ready for some more squares. Mars squaring Pluto is some power, more conflict, more power struggles there. Mercury is going to conjunct the sun, and it will be a big announcement, okay? Something big when it comes to gossip or something's happening that day, okay? That's June 14th, next week, okay? So let's do the horoscopes. Okay, we're going to start with the first sign, which is Gemini, Aries. Should I start with Gemini? What y'all think? Geminis are like, yes. Yes, it's our birthday. It's our birthday month. Okay, we'll start with Geminis. Okay, this is the horoscopes for Geminis. Okay, so Gemini, Mercury is going to enter. Let me look at this chart actually. Hold on. This is for all my Mercuries. This is for all my Geminis, okay? Let me go to Geminis first. Hold on. Looking at the chart. Gemini. There we go. Gemini. Okay. So all my Gemini placements. I smell my flowers, you guys. I need to change my flowers because I smell them. They're getting too strong. The peonies, they only last like for 2 days. Once I put them in the water, they bloomed, and it was gorgeous that day, and now it's over. But I smell the water, too flowery. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull tarot, but first I'm going to tell you about Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you have Mercury in the sign Gemini, of course, in your first house, Venus in the sign, all this stuff in your first house is all about you. It's all about your ego. It's all about your personality, what's making you passionate. It's your time to shine. Of course, we know this for a few days. This energy is here for you, especially during Gemini season. It's your time to shine. Now, Mars, though, is in the 12th house, and it's in the sign Taurus. Mars in the 12th house is going to encourage you to have some inner work. Do the inner work. Okay, what are the subconscious issues? Okay, what are the deep, dark secrets? You probably need to rest and recharge too. It's probably telling you to chill, okay, and focus on those resources. Now, when you have Venus, when you have Mercury in the first house, it's about some self-expression and creativity, some projects, and maybe writing and connecting to others, but really putting your ideas and yourself out there, okay, and your strong beliefs out there, okay? That's what we have for my Geminis. Also, the new moon, of course, is going to be in that first house. So manifest something about yourself, okay? Something about your future Geminis. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, let me pull a card for all my Geminis. And if you want to look at this video and review it, I'm saving it. Okay, Geminis, you have collaboration, networking. It's time for you guys to network and collaborate. Now, I know Mars is in that 12th house, and there has to be some inner work going on. However, that does not mean you cannot think about a collaboration and working with someone. Maybe you're going to learn from someone who's young with this energy, okay? But this is someone who is learning from a young person or networking and collaborating. Okay, so go ahead and do that. That is what I have for you guys, Gemini. Now let's do some Aries. Okay, Aries. Let's see what we have for you. Let me look at the chart. Let's go to the chart, Aries. Okay, Aries. Now, Aries, we have Mars is in that second house. You working on the finances. I like that though. Okay. Really focus on some long-term goals. Stay strong, stay steady. Okay. You'll find your communication is also going to be sharpened because Mercury is in that third house. So you double Mercury in the sign Gemini is major communication areas. Okay. So you are sharpening the mind. You're really networking. Maybe you're doing public speaking, maybe learning some new skills. The thought process is moving fast for you, and it's learning something new at the beginning stages. Okay. Now, Mars in entering Taurus in that second house, Aries is going to be. Oh, wait, did I change the chart? Yes, I did. Mars in that second house is going to be a focus on your personal values. And what do you value? It's a great time to work on financial plans, stocks, some savings, some investments. But you got to be patient and you got to be very methodical. Methodical. Did I say it right? Yes. Okay. And let me know what you planning on making money on. Okay, my Aries, let me pull a card for you. Hold on, I'm mixing it up. This is for all my Aries. Oh, also the new moon for you is going to be in that third house. So you really need to manifest something that deals with Gemini energy. This could be with your community. This could be with your siblings. This could be what else with the new moon? Writing. If you're an author, this is the time to write it and figure it out. You can manifest that. Okay. Now we have self-made energy. So it looks like the Mars and Taurus is going to give you some money. This is self-made energy. Okay. Basking in luxury, but it's self-made. You did it yourself. So focus on that with the Mars in Taurus and Venus in was it Venus in Gemini? No, Mercury in Gemini. Okay. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus. Let's look at what we have for you guys with this new moon in Gemini. Okay, Taurus. See what we got for you. We got the new moon in Gemini. It's going to be in your second house, manifesting the money, manifesting your resources. Okay, financial finances and what you value. You might be focusing on some personal values. Maybe it's time to review the budget, make some financial plans. Okay, this is for all my Tauruses, and communicate your worth. Now, Mars is in that first house, and it's about pursuing yourself, your boosting your personal drive. You might have a lot of energy. Okay, you're going to be really energetic to pursue some projects and some goals. I love that for you, Taurus. Okay, you have Uranus in there, and when Mars hits that Uranus, is going to bring a surprise to you, good or bad. But stay open and be flexible when that Mars hits that Aries. When that Mars hits you in that first house. And I did discuss that earlier, but it's hitting you and it's hitting you personally. Okay, so that's for all my Taurus. But what do we have for you? Channel this energy into productive, practical endeavors. Take decisive action towards your personal and professional goals. That money. Focus on that money, okay? This energy and with this new moon in Gemini, you guys are going to have a healing. There'll be a transition. You won't forget where you came from, okay? Because the swords are in the boat with you, and that's representing your mental and your memories and all your thought processes, and it's going with you. However, it's going to calm waters, okay? So right now you may be going through a storm, but there is going to be a transition. You're packing light and you're going, and it's going to be very positive, and there's some healing, okay, for you guys with this energy. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. Let's look at my Cancers. Okay. Hello, all my Cancers. I am a fellow Cancer. I didn't even say if you are looking at your rising, I would suggest to look at your sun and your moon, because if you look at your sun, listen to your sun horoscope, then it's what you're going to physically achieve. If you're listening to your moon horoscope, it's what you're working on emotionally, and your rising is going to be most accurate. Okay. But look at all three and it will all work for you personally. Okay. Now, okay, so Cancers. Okay, so we got the Venus in the 12th house. You guys are like, leave me alone. I need some solitude. Have y'all been chilling by yourselves? And I really don't feel like going out. Just let me know. Or I want to communicate and do it to the solitude of myself. Really thinking of an introspection, more or some healing or some spirituality. Okay. Now, inner reflection is going to be stronger with that Mercury in Gemini. Okay. So a lot of inner reflection and a lot of thinking within, and maybe spiritual energy, or thinking of endings and conclusions, or ending one chapter of something. Okay. Now, Mars, because that Mercury is in Gemini, and Mars is in the 11th house, and Mars in the 11th house is about networking, socializing, also too technology, pursuing things through technology, really trying to put in work and getting some resources through your future and your hopes and dreams with technology too. And remember, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus coming up, and there's going to be some big surprise or big change. It could be good or bad happening when it comes to your hopes and dreams, happening with your resources, because we're dealing with Taurus. And just be aware of that. Social groups too is what this is, and friendships. Okay, that happens too. Let me see what else. That sextile, those squares that are happening with this energy of what was the squaring? Being Mercury will be squaring Neptune, and it's going to be squaring Saturn. Be careful of really having some disillusionments, because it's in that 12th house and it's things you cannot see, and these are in Pisces, and you really won't be able to see it. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay. Oh, let me pull a card for you for all my Cancers. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So you guys are going to be really working on your coin, working on your coin, taking your time and focusing on your goals. Okay, this is all my Cancers. The Knight of Pentacles, he's moving slow and he's going to work on his finances, working slow and working on his health. But I'm thinking it's going to be your finances. Let me know what it is. But whatever it is, it's going to take its time. It's thinking long term. It's very stubborn and fixed energy, but it's going to take its time and move slow. And it's going to work on that long term coin. Are you getting a house? Are you investing? Whatever it is, improving your job, learning some new skills. This is what it is. Okay. It's going to move slow, but it's fine. Be patient. Okay. So now we are going to do my Leos. Welcome to the house, Leos. Okay, so Mercury's in 11th house. You really are going to be working with some technology here, or something dealing with the future, your hopes and dreams, socializing and really communicating with a bunch of friends or social networks. Very social friendly energy here. You got the sun in 11th house. You got all these planets and the Venus in 11th house. You outside, okay? Jupiter has entered the building. All of these signs are in Gemini. It's in an Aquarius house. Aquarius is very friendly, double air, a lot of FOMO happening here in the best way. This is a time for you to network and really get out there and be very social and pursue the things that you need to pursue, especially when it comes to communicating in your intellect. Now, also we have Mars entering the 10th house. Ooh, and it just hit that right. It just hit that MC. So you are really going to be pursuing your public image, and what do you want to look like on stage? What is it in your careers and your long-term goals? Very big energy for you guys. Okay, now it will be sextiling, being creative and having compassion, and it will be, this Mars will be sextiling Saturn, which is all about being responsible and determination. So that is positive. At the same time, Mercury will soon, all these planets will be squaring. Well, these are already squaring. Okay, the challenges here of having some disillusionment coming up soon. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I see that it's TikTok is like, are you still on? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, so there's some disillusionment. Be aware of that coming up for you guys, especially when it comes to love or compassion or maybe some spiritual beliefs. Be aware of that. And there's some restrictions that could be happening. It's going to square. There's something that's going to change, and you don't want it to change, but it's okay. There'll be a lesson for it. Okay. Let me pull a card for you. My Leos. Let me pull a card for my Leos for this week. Ooh, new ideas. I love that. There is a new idea coming your way. New sense of clarity. New sense of like awareness. Okay. Or maybe you're learning to communicate. Maybe there's some new socializing come your way, because I see that in the 11th house. So some new socializing, but these are new opportunities in socializing, new opportunities with clarity, new opportunities with insights, the truth. Maybe there's some truthness coming. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I see that with that trine in Pluto. So there is some truth coming, but that is what that this card represents. It's new opportunities, and this is for my Leos. Okay, now let me go on to my Virgos. Virgos, let's look and see what y'all got going on. Okay, Virgos. Now, Virgos. Okay. Okay, Virgos. Now, you have been thinking about your career, Virgos, okay? And you are like, what is my reputation going to look like? What is it going to look like for me in the long term, okay? Now, Jupiter is in the sign Gemini, and it's going to be in here for a whole year. And you really are communicating in a huge way about your public image, about you and your career, okay? So, be aware that this is happening. It's not strange energy, it's very positive, but it's very strong because Venus is in this house of career and your public image. Who is this? You know what? You know who has this Virgo? Who's a Virgo rising? Donald Trump. And it's no shade if you don't like Donald Trump, but I'm just saying, you see all this talk about Trump and his public image. This is basically the same thing that you guys are having. So maybe your employees, maybe the social media, the Virgos, they're really looking at you. Everyone's looking at you, and it's really big. Okay. Now you see, if you can't see, I'm just going to tell you, Uranus is about to hit that. It's about to hit your MC, which really means that public image, there's some kind of change that's happening or something different. So you know how like Trump is like is the first, I think he's the first old president or running to be a president that is convicted felon is the words that they're using, but found guilty. Because I don't know if he's a convicted felon. I think if you're convicted, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Let me not speak to, because I don't know anything about the laws when it comes to stuff like that. But he's the first president or person who's running for a president or ex-president that's found guilty. I think, okay, whatever. It's different. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say. It's different. It's new. It's out of the box. That's what Uranus is. Uranus is like, look, this is something different. It ain't nothing you have ever experienced. And this is what I'm saying is going to happen to your reputation. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be negative. It could be positive or negative, but it's going to be big. Okay. And it's something so different that you probably can't even fathom. You know, it's like COVID. Like before COVID, I didn't know what COVID was. It was so different. It's the same thing. Okay. Not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Okay. So all of my Virgo risings, I'm not saying that you're Trump, but Trump has a Virgo rising. You are on stage right now. Everyone is looking at you. Now, when you have your new moon happening this week, okay, when a new moon happens, I need all my Virgo risings to manifest whatever they want to, far as their public image, far as their career, far as their reputation. Manifest that ish, okay? And manifest it good, because you have Jupiter. Jupiter is a positive planet. It's going to expand your career. Okay. So if you're like, I want to be the best tarot reader, I want to be the best astrologer, I want to be the best, whatever the career is, this is the time to manifest it. Okay. And when you manifest it, because we're dealing with Gemini energy, you either have to write it or say it out loud. Okay. There has to be communication. Libra, Gemini. Okay. I did Libra. Did I do Libra? Oh, Libra's next. So stay for Libra. Okay. I'm about to do Libra. I'm doing Virgo right now. Okay. Let me pull a card. Okay. Wait. Also, too, let me just say Virgo. Oh, here's your card. Virgo. Mars is entering the 9th house. Okay. Virgo risings, Virgo placements. Mars is entering your 9th house. 9th house is about, maybe you're going on a trip. Maybe you're pursuing some higher education, and it's going to help you in your long-term finances. Okay. But the 9th house is also culturally, maybe like working or pursuing something that is not part of your small community, but the bigger world. Expanding your world happens. And then two, Mars is going to conjunct that Uranus in that 9th house. And the 9th house is your philosophy. It's could be dealing with religion, but there's something change in pursuing that. And that Mars is dealing with conflict and war, aggression too. So maybe there's some, if you're traveling to another country, be careful is all I'm going to say. Be careful when it comes to your body. Stay indoors. Okay. Go do what you want. You could be feeling optimistic, but just don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Now, all my Virgo risings, you have the Lovers card. And so this card represents either you are very aligned with someone, there is someone that you're working with, and you guys are so aligned, you have the same values that you don't even need to communicate. This card also represents Gemini energy. And I think that 10th house in the sign Gemini is huge for you. And what I'm saying is that there is some truth to what I'm saying. So focus on that, all my Virgo risings. Also, this Lovers card that I pulled is also dealing with options. You guys have options. There's a lot of options. You guys can multitask. So go ahead and do it. So if you're like, I want 2 careers, yes, do your 2 careers. Okay. So now let's do my Libras. I know I got a Libra on the tickety talk here. Let's do my Libras. Hold on. Let me look at your chart. Let me take a sip of, hold on one second. Well, I should have put honey in my matcha tea. Anyway, I know some people are like, huh? Okay, so Libras, let me look at your chart here. Now you have 9th house stuff. So 9th house Libras is all about, like I said, traveling, higher education. Your sun is in the 9th house. Okay. Are you traveling? Are you thinking about traveling? Is there something with religion happening for you? Is there something with a higher philosophy, like you're changing your philosophy on things? Are you really into philosophical arguments? Okay. So this is you having debates about religion, having debates on different type of philosophy issues, or not issues, but just discussions. Okay. Also, this is also someone who needs to publish something. If you have written something, it's time to publish it. Okay, Libras. Okay. Now this is the Mercury. And Mercury, now Venus is in here. So you already had some people naturally attracted. It's about to leave soon, but people are naturally attracted to you with this energy. You have naturally attracted, maybe someone said, let's travel, let's go somewhere. That could have been happening. Okay. Or someone who's, what else would happen with this? Let's money to travel could be happening. Money for some religious reasons could be happening because Venus is naturally attracting these things. The sun is conjunct, so it's shining a light on this Venus. But you are probably are maybe some beautiful artifacts that are from around the world, or some art like African art. You know what I mean? That's not, because I'm not in Africa, so I'm saying African art. But you could be in Africa and maybe American art. But that is naturally happening. So you have Venus in that house, in that 9th house. Mercury entering that house in the sign Gemini, which it did for you today. You are either changing your philosophy, you're either going to travel. Jupiter in a sign Gemini is in that house. So I really feel like you guys are traveling. Let me know where you guys are going, Libras. Okay. You're traveling, you're attracting new things in your life, far as travel, higher education, publishing. So publishing is not just like a book, a new YouTube channel, a new podcast, whatever it is, like announcement, this is being published out in the world. That is what's happening to you. Okay. Now, Mars is entering the 8th house in a sign Taurus. There is going to be something, either money owed. You are probably getting an inheritance, or there is some money, some people like shared loans happening for you, Libra placements. Okay. Mars in that, it's shared resources. So like taxes, like maybe someone owes you taxes, not someone, like the government owes you taxes, and you're probably getting the taxes happening. But there's something with shared resources, investments, and deep personal transformations with that Mars entering that 8th house. And I'm thinking it's finances, because Taurus is in the sign Mars. Mars is in the sign Taurus, and Taurus is dealing with resources. Okay. It's a good time to review your partner's finances. So if you are sharing money with someone, review it. Do they owe money? Review it, because that's affecting you. Okay. Their credit cards, their student loans. If you're married, think about that. Approach the financial matters with caution and diligence, okay? Because Mars is going to move slow and is going to think about the long term in the sign Taurus, okay? So really take your time. Now, at first it moves slow, but it'll pick up, okay? Yes, let me see what else we have. Okay. Also with those finances, Now, also, to this eighth house could be dealing with some deep secrets and healing, some psychological healing, a big transformation, and that could be happening when the Mars hits that Uranus. And Uranus is big surprises or something different, but it's also dealing with aggression. Okay, so there could be some secret aggression happening. This also could be dealing with sexuality, not like gay or straight, but sex, the actual act of sex, and some big surprise with that. So be aware of that. Let me see what else. I'm trying to give you all the options that could be happening with this eighth house. Occult energy too, like a big surprise reading, a big healing through psychological tarot reading, or from like a psychic that's very spontaneous. You didn't expect it. Maybe a psychic, you ran into a psychic, and it's like, wow, I never expected it. That could be happening too. Okay. Okay, so Libra placements. Okay, Libra placements. This is the card of, you guys need to be diligent. You need to look at the fine print. You need to work on your craft. This is apprenticeship. This person has left the city. You see in the background, they left the people to be alone to perfect their craft, and that's what you guys need to do with this energy. The eighth house is very internal energy. So while you're pursuing your finances, you need to do it alone, and you need to perfect it. Now, the mental part is very expensive and out there in the world. Okay, so go ahead and do that, but pursuing it needs to be done alone, and you need to perfect the craft. Okay, be very detailed and be very like fixed on it, not stubborn sounds, but really steady and thinking long term is what really I was thinking. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that, Libras. Now let me get into my Scorpios. Let's see what we have. Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios. The sun is in your eighth house. So everything I was just discussing with the Libras. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I changed the banner. Okay, Scorpios. So eighth house energy. Oh, new moon, Libra. New moon for you was in the ninth house. So you need to manifest either publishing something, putting it out there, or you need to manifest learning something, higher learning. Okay, so that was from our Libras. Now back to Scorpios. Your new moon is going to be in the eighth house. So you need to manifest either inheritance, okay, that money, okay, or something with your shared resources or shared investments that needs to be manifested. Okay, so like please take the taxes away that I owe, okay, or let me be able to pay these taxes. This is also conversations of healing, also conversations and with deep transformation. So this is a plan, this is a manifestation of really having some psychological healing. That would be better than trying to, the money stuff, really get deep, because this is the house that can get deep. If you have some issues when it comes to intimacy, if you've been a victim of something that deals with intimacy, this is a way of healing it. Okay, now Venus is in this house, the sun is in this house, so there is a big light maybe in having some spiritual guidance dealing with your intuition. This is a great time to use your intuition more than anything. Okay, so like discussing what you are dreaming of intuitively. Okay, Jupiter is in this house, and it's going to be in this house for a year. So really having huge discussions in a big way on shared finances. If you are married, investments, taxes, all that is going to be happening. Anything dealing with psychological healing, big. Anything dealing with taboo and secrets, big for you. And this is for all my Scorpios. You guys are comfortable with this, okay? So let me know. I'm curious to know what will be happening. Now, Mars is in your seventh house, and the seventh house is dealing with relationships. This also could be dealing with law. So let me know what you are pursuing or what is coming in a conflict of law. Okay, now this could be law with your could be law, and it's dealing with your finances. Okay, and there could be some unexpected conflict with the law, not like a police, but like court. Okay, law, and it could be good or bad. I find that Mars is the lesser maleficent, is no bueno. Okay, so we'll pull some cards on it. I'm going to pull some cards on it because I'm thinking there'll be some unexpected news, but unexpected law. If you have something with court and a surprise for it, and it comes off very aggressive, okay, or something so different you couldn't even imagine it, that could be happening. Now, this also could be dealing with relationships, okay, partners, any type of relationship, friendship, best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, all that could be happening. Maybe you're very aggressive in pursuing this here, okay? And emotionally pursuing this too, or yeah, that is what I have. Let me see. Big news for you guys. That could be a secret or like a mystery could be coming out. Because that Mercury is going to conjunct the sun, and you're naturally attracting something dealing with healing too. That is what I have for all my Scorpios. Let me pull a card for you guys. Hold on one second. Let me pull a card for my Scorpios. I need to move faster. There's something from your past, something that you're very familiar with, something from your past, something that you're very familiar with. Okay. You're looking in your past or something that's like, I feel so comfortable with that. Something from your childhood, something that's very nostalgic. I wonder, like, if your relationships is some from your past. Oh, maybe this big surprise is related to something in the past, something that you're familiar with, because I said it's going to be something unexpected, and maybe it won't be unexpected. Maybe it'll just be a surprise that's different, but you've experienced this before. Okay. That is what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Ooh, Scorpios, you guys have a great memory too. Okay. So you will remember this feeling, just so you know. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius, let me look at what you guys have. I am a Sagittarius rising, so we're really about to get detailed because I want to know. I am a Sagittarius. Okay, so the sun is in your relationship. So relationship is a big deal right now, okay? The Venus and the sun, they're hugging. Are you in love with your spouse? Or is your spouse, you're just paying attention to your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your friendships? Are your girlfriends calling you? And you're like, why are they all calling me? Why they all want to hang out? That is because Venus is in your 7th house. And your close friends are like, hi, I see you. Let's talk. Are they calling you, texting you, communicating with you? That is happening. A lot of long conversations. That's that Gemini. Now, Mercury is entering that 7th house. So really talking to your loved one for a long time and talking too much. Okay. It's fine. This is great. This is great communication with relationships, or writing, anything with law or aesthetics. This also could be dealing with aesthetics. So like really putting your aesthetics out there, and like in social media. Okay, now Jupiter is in 11th in the 7th house too, so this is going to be here for a year. So there's a lot of energy on aesthetics and really entertaining aesthetics. Now I don't want to say entertaining aesthetics. What is another word for it? Aesthetics, art, beauty. Okay, really discussing and beautifying things, because Jupiter in the 7th house is going to make everything beautiful. I just realized that. Okay, like your hair beautiful, your makeup beautiful, all the things that dealing with your social media, if you want to make that beautiful, your website beautiful, like all that is going to make it beautiful. Great placement. I mean, call me superficial, and Gemini is a little superficial. So it's going to work with this really well. Okay. So that's what you have with that. And then thinking about it, and really, because all that's in that 7th house for you. Now Mars enters the 6th house. This is pursuing, if you're into your health, if you're working out, having that morning routine or having that daily routine. This is it right here. Now something unexpected is going to happen when it comes to your daily routines, or when it comes to your focus on health or your wellness. Sorry, that could be happening. So be consistent and practical in your approach to health. Implement routines. Now, your new moon is going to happen in your 7th house. So I would manifest anything with dealing with relationships. Remember, best friend, lover, partner, like work friend too. Anything with that, I will manifest that with that new moon. And you have to communicate it, because you're dealing with that Gemini. You have to write it down when manifesting. And when you manifest anything with the new moon, do it the day before the new moon. Okay. And then what else do we have with this? Okay, so that's going to conjunct. And then when there might be a big announcement or some big news or a big talk about in your relationships, or something dealing with law. This is all my Sagittarius risings. Okay, that could be happening. Okay. All right, let me pull a card for you guys. I'm going to pull 2 because I'm a Gemini rising. I'm a Sagittarius rising. So pulling 2 for all my Sagittarius placements. This could be your sun, moon, are rising, okay? So this makes sense, okay? Because we have that Venus and the Sun and Mercury and Jupiter in that 7th house. If you guys are not married, there is going to be a marriage for you guys. That is what that represents, Sagittarius. So if you guys are not in a relationship, there is going to be marriage. Also, this is going to bring stability into the marriage, okay? There's stability. The community has your back. 4 represents stability. It represents structure. So all these planets in this house is going to represent some structure in your relationships, okay? Celebrations as well. Very passionate, very motivating. Positive card. Oh, another positive card. We have the Aquarius card, very positive. It's all about having faith and being very optimistic. God is on your side. You just have to have faith with everything that I discussed today. So even that Aquarius, that unexpected surprise that could be happening, you need to go off your faith, okay? Also deal with intellect because that Uranus energy is very intellectual. So this is the energy of thinking through intelligence and really communicating that and being very social too. Maybe this aggression, because Mars is aggressive, but Uranus is the stronger planet because it's the outer planet. The Uranus may be like a very social, very aggressive social rising, but really use your intellect, okay? Also, when you deal with air energy, be grounded, stay grounded, okay? I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know. I'm going to look back and see how this resonated too, okay? We'll see you guys next time. Okay, Capricorns. Let's see what you guys have. You guys have all this energy in your 6th house, Capricorns. And so you have Mercury entering Gemini in your 6th house. This is your daily routine. This is your health. This is your wellness. Also, it could be like breaking down things mentally because the 6th house is with the Mercury energy, and Mercury is our thinking, right? And so analyzing things and breaking it down. I remember when I had this placement, I was able to break things down. I was like, am I smart or what? It was a placement. And you guys have Mercury and Gemini in the 6th house. So really breaking down things intellectually. When the Sun is conjunct Mercury later on this week, is it this week or later on while Mercury is in the sign Gemini? Very aha insight. Strong clarity. Venus is in this 6th house. So you've already been attracting daily routines or things that are very healthy. People are probably been coming up to you and like, do you want to work out? Do you have new workout clothes? Did you make your like a closet? You made it organized and clean. Maybe like wrote down tabs because that would be the Gemini aspect. Writing down and organizing things in the closet and writing down the labels is what I'm thinking. Jupiter is in this house of 6th house, right? So Jupiter in this 6th house, big expansion with communication and daily health, okay? Big communication or writing down, organizing your daily routines, okay? But writing it down, it almost makes me think of like someone who got a journal and they've been writing down how they're going to stay organized or their to-do list every day. But Jupiter in here is going to make it bigger. So organizing, huge for you this year. A lot of healthy things, huge for you this year. Pets, are you getting a new pet? Huge for, did someone give you a pet? That is huge because that is also being selfless, okay? Self-sacrificing. It's the same. It's a healing energy too, okay? Now, Mars has entered your 5th house of having fun. So you could be having fun, maybe start a new romance, some new creative endeavors, or maybe hanging out with children or your children, having fun with them and pursuing that energy of having fun and being creative, like pursuing something in a very creative way. It's in the sign Taurus, so it's dealing with your resources or your voice or luxuries too. Now, remember, it's going to hit that Uranus. There's a big surprise maybe in a romance department, a big surprise maybe dealing with conflict with kids. So just be aware of that. Now, also manifest something dealing with your health. Manifest something because your new moon is going to be in that 6th house. With pets, manifest something with staying organized or your daily routines or analyzing things, okay? Yes, so that is what we have. Let me pull a card for you, Capricorns. Okay, you got Pluto and Aquarius, and that is in your 2nd house. So there's some big changes. You guys are having some issues probably financially. Capricorns, a big transformation, right? And it could be dealing with technology. So like if you do crypto or something, it's like, what the hell is going on? Why is it shaking up? Or maybe your physical body flying with airplanes. Pluto in the second house. Pluto in Aquarius is airplanes, okay? Second house is like, can you make money with this? And it's retrograding. So it's going back, are like rebelling and using your voice, someone who is very communicative with their resources. And there's some healing, or there's some whatever is dark is going to come to the light with Pluto. Okay. So if you have anything hidden or dark with your finances or your resources, or your home, or like your, yeah, if you own a home or real estate, I would clear that up, because Pluto and Aquarius in the second house is going to bring that up. Okay. Yeah, well, especially while retrograding. And when it hits 0 degrees, right now it's in 1 degree. When it hits 0 degrees, it's at its finest, purest point. So it really accelerates. All right, Capricorns, I just wanted to tell you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. Things are going to be moving pretty fast for you guys. There's motivation here. This is dealing with passion. It makes me think of that that fifth house, Mars entering Taurus in that fifth house. Very fiery energy. It's very passionate. It's very motivative. It's going to be very creative, but it's going to uplift people. So I'm wondering if that Mars in the fifth house, you're going to uplift and motivate people, because that is what this energy is. This could be a fire sign too. You could be running into a Leo. You could be running into a Sagittarius or Aries, and fun things could be happening with this. Okay, intimately in a fun way. Okay, if you are grown. Okay, but also this person is very passionate. There's motivation here. They're here to uplift. Either you are going to embody this energy, or the energies come your way. Very fiery. So fire means that it's going to give you the drive to move. It's going to push you, like physically push you to achieve things. Okay, and maybe it's to have fun. Maybe it's here to motivate you to have fun. Okay, because that Mars in the fifth house is here to have fun. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. On my Aquarius placements, let's look at your chart and see what you have. Now, you have Venus and the Sun and Mercury. Mercury entered the fifth house of fun. Jupiter has entered the building. Okay, so the fifth house is communicating fun for you. The fifth house is communicating romance for you. The fifth house is communicating, and I'm saying communicating, but it could be socializing, having fun. You are thinking about your children. I wonder if you are attracting children. And when I say children, like childlike fun, okay, like let's go to play double dutch. And you're a grown up, and all of a sudden you're at a double dutch competition, because that was my childhood, double dutch, or just something like that. And Venus is what we naturally attract, and you're naturally attracting a lover. That could be happening, but really communicating them, and also thinking of things that you're passionate with, because Mercury is in the 11th, in that fifth house, and it is passions and it is creativity. I find creativity in not just like art, okay, because that's more water energy, art that like makes you passionate, but art that makes it fun. So like if you want to do sculpting, if you want to do a cricket, like I have a cricket, just make art that's fun is more like the speed of what I'm thinking. So I'm wondering if this year, because Jupiter is in that sign, you're really going to have fun with a hobby, and it could be a hobby that's dealing with communication, like creative writing. That's it on the no point. Okay. So like creative writing, like, are you doing that? Are you doing a creative writing workshop? Are you taking a class with something that's very creative and is childlike? Okay. Okay. So Mars is also entering the fourth. Oh, also when you manifest, you need to manifest, my Aquarius risings. You need to manifest in that department, a romance. Manifest that, but you got to say it. Okay. Children. This is also representing fertility. You can manifest that. What else deals with this? The heart, gold, drama, acting. Okay, all that is in this house too. Mars in the fourth house is dealing with some past. It's dealing with some female energy. It's dealing with your home and where you feel safe. And there could be something unexpected happening when that Mars it conjuncts Uranus. Big surprises. It could be big or I'm going to say it's going to be a conflict and surprises. So just be aware of that, Aquarius, and that is in that fourth house. And creativity and recreation is what you get with the fifth house. So engage in a creative project, a hobby, something that's going to bring you joy is happening for you all this year. And it's in a sign Gemini. So it could be very social with a group. Okay. Now, when the Mars is in the home, in the fourth house of home in Gemini, focus is on family matters. Okay. Having a good time and maybe improving, physically fixing that home and that living space, are strengthening, putting your energy with your family, like your drive and your resources are focused on your home life and your family. Okay. Also, it's taking practical steps. And this could be a little lazy. It could be like, I want to stay home. I would just want to stay home and not do anything. That's fine. You do have your Venus in a fifth house, so it wants to go outside and play. But if the energy is to be home, that's perfectly fine, my Aquarius. But if you're feeling that, understand why. It's because your Mars is in the fourth house. I'm going to pull a card for you, but there could be some unexpected changes, something different, something out of the box, a surprise of some sort when it comes to your family and your home. Okay. We have, look at this. This saying is positive, this unexpected change. Okay. This is money for your family, abundance, like an inheritance of some sort. Someone's going to give you some money when it comes to your family. Very positive. Are the health of your family very positive? Something in the long run with your family, long term time is very positive with your family. So I say it's very positive. Let's see what that surprise is. Okay. And don't forget to manifest in something with the fifth house, and that is having fun. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Pisces. Have I done my Pisces? No. This is it, you guys. I'm going to save this and put all the placements out individually on the Tickety Talk. On X is save, on YouTube is save. I tried to do Instagram, that didn't work out. We gonna manifest that though, but that's okay. Now let me talk about my Pisces. Okay, so if you're a Pisces moon, a Pisces rising, a Pisces sun, if you got Pisces placements, I'm about to tell you what's gonna happen. Okay, now actually let me move the chart. Let me get to the Pisces. Okay, so the sun, everything's in your fourth house. This is a focus on family. This is a focus on your traditions. It's a focus on your culture, what makes you feel safe. There is a big focus on home. You are naturally attracting things for your home, beautifying your home. Okay, did you remodel something? This is Venus is in that house and making say, let's make the home beautiful. Or let's hang out with your mom and give her a makeover. That is giving that. Okay, Mercury is going to conjunct the sun, is going to conjunct Venus, is going to conjunct all that, and it's going to highlight thinking and communicating about your family, thinking and communicating about your safety. Okay. Jupiter is in this house and it's going to be here for a whole year. Okay. So really communicating about your mom, really communicating about your roots, your legacy, your past, your traditions, all that is happening. Legacy is more Capricorn over there, but we're talking about this. So really discussing all those things as far as your parents. Well, yeah, it could be parents too. Mostly the mom. Okay. Very water energy and intuitive and sensitive energy. Now, also with this fourth house, you can manifest because the moon will be here. Okay. And when the new moon happens for all of my Pisces placements, this is the time to manifest something with your home, manifest something with your family, manifest something and communicate it for your culture or your traditions or what makes you feel safe or your roots. Okay. Like, I want to know where I come from. Give me the information and let me research where I come from. Give it to me. Let it land on my lap. That is a manifestation my Pisces placements can do. Now, Mars has entered the third house. It has entered the building, and that is Mercury energy too. Okay, so communicating, maybe dealing with your relationships, with your community, with siblings, early education, really pursuing early education in something, really learning something, and really pursuing it. Now, is going to conjunct. Okay. is going to conjunct that not poor, but Uranus. Okay. So there could be some surprises with a sibling. There could be some unexpected changes with your community. It could be coming off very aggressive, and just be aware of that, or really pursuing it really hard, which is also aggressive. Okay. Mars is also the planet of conflict. Okay. So all my Pisces placements, there could be some conflict in your community. There could be some unexpected changes in your community. Something intellectual and conflict could be happening as well. Okay. Or the drive and intellectual could happen. So it could be positive, not all negative. Okay. I just think that it's a malefic, and it's a lower one, but it still is. Uranus is stronger because it's an outer planet, but and it's dealing with something with your resources within your community or resources within your siblings. Okay. Yes, but the new moon is in your 4th house, so manifest something with your family or your mom or women. That is what I have to say. What else do I have now? Because you're the last one, I can go on, Pisces. But the 4th house is going to be squaring Neptune. Okay, so like your sun, Venus is it's squaring Neptune right now. So there's some restriction and limitations happening. And you're like, why can't my makeup be good? Why are you trying not to let me buy makeup? Why is the father figure authority saying too much makeup, or just restriction of beauty? Like, why isn't this filter not working? Why is it saying I can't use the filter? That kind of energy is what you get when Venus is squaring Saturn. It probably already happened and it's separating now, so it's releasing that energy. Now the sun is here, and it's also starting to release, but the ego and restriction and its boundary you cannot see, or this spiritual father is not working with your ego or your drive. And Pisces, this is a mutable energy. You are a Pisces too. Speaking of so that I was going to say something else, but Saturn and Neptune, all that, Neptune being in that 1st house is like, you are wearing spirituality on your sleeve. Okay. Are you into conspiracy theories? Are you talking about conspiracy theories? Are you talking about what's hidden, and you've been out there and like, this is my personal opinion, I'm expressing myself? All that could be happening with that 1st house. But back to the squaring, conspiracy theories, things that are hidden could be affecting your ego. Okay. Just be ready for that. And also when that Mercury squares that, are you talking about things that are confusing? Okay. Be aware that that's coming up too for you guys. Okay. Also, are you going to be restricted in speaking and writing or communicating in some way? Because that could be coming up soon for you guys, because the squaring, it's a change that you don't like, because that's what squares are, but usually it's a lesson. So this is a card that's for all my Pisces, and then that will be it. If you guys want more, I do this every week. I just started it doing live on TikTok, but I will continue doing it live on TikTok. I'm trying to do it live on Instagram, still working on that, but I'm live on X, I'm live on YouTube, and this is also a podcast too. Look, it's everywhere. Okay, all my Pisces, you need to persevere. That is that Taurus energy. You need to stand your ground, even though you're wounded. This is someone who's like, I am tired, but guess what? You're gonna stand your ground. You're gonna keep it going. Now, these wands here is your passion and drive. Okay, and he's bandaged up. He's been through it. This is also a 9. 9 means that this is the end. This is the worst of the journey, you guys. So whatever you're going through, and you feel like I'm giving up, no, this is the end of it. So stay your ground. It doesn't matter how physically hurt or what the wounds are. The journey is almost over. Okay. This is the ending. This is the beginning of the end. Okay. So don't give up. Stand your ground. Protect your home. Protect your family. And there's no other option. Okay. Because that fire energy is like, no, you will stay motivated, and you will keep it, you will keep the drive, you will stay strong, you will stay courageous. Okay. Yes, I hope that resonated with you guys, or if it didn't, guess what, it will, because you got all those 4th house energy. Yes, but it will. I hope I will see you guys next time. Thank you for staying, and yeah, don't forget to follow and all that stuff, and like and do your due diligence as a watcher. I will see you guys next time.